morning everyone, this is Sian and today we have a new lesson for grade 7 الصف الاول المتوسط. Our lesson for today is the past simple tense. Now before we start our lesson, in this lesson we're going to learn two important things. The first one is how to form the past simple, and the second one is the uses of the past simple. So we are going to learn how to form it and how to use it or when to use it. I want you to check these sentences here. He walked to the train station yesterday. I went to London last year. Here we have the verb walked and the verb went. They are past verbs. Walked and went, they are past verbs. Now, let's check the affirmative form for the past simple. We have here, he walked, I went. Now, the first part here is the subject. He and I, they are the subject. And walked and went, they are the verb in the past. So, when we want to form the past simple, we're going to need the subject and verb in the past. هنحتاج إلى الفاعل والفعل بصيغة الماضي. Now, I want you to check here we have walked. Now, when we want to change the verb to the past, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. Let's start with the regular verbs, الأفعال القياسية, and how to change it to the past وكيف نحولها إلى صيغة الماضي. Now, first we just simply add ed. Most of the verb we just add ed. بعض الأفعال فقط نقوم بإضافة ed. For example, walk, walked. Clean, cleaned. Walk, walked. Clean, cleaned. Just add ed. Now, sometimes the verb ending in silent E. بعض الأحيان الأفعال تنتهي بالsilent E. For example, die and close. Now, when we want to, in this case, we only add D to change them to the past. Die, died. Close, closed. As you can see here, we only add D. إذن الأفعال التي تنتهي بحرف الإي الsilent, we only add D. فقط نضيف D في نهاية الفعل so that we can change them to the past. Now, sometimes the verbs ending in a consonant and Y. بعض الأحيان الأفعال تنتهي بحرف Y, okay, وقبل الحرف Y حرف صحيح, consonant. Verbs ending in a consonant and E. In this case, we change the Y to I. في هذه الحالة نقلب ال Y إلى I. For example, hurry, hurried. Carry, carried. As you can see here, we have here hurry and carry, they end with R, which is consonant, and Y. We change the Y to I and then we add ed. Now, sometimes we have verb ending with a vowel and Y. بعض الأحيان لا, ينتهي الفعل بvowel and then Y. In this case, we just add ed. في هذه الحالة فقط نقوم بإضافة ed. For example, stay, stayed. Play, played. So, if my verb end with consonant and Y, I change the Y to I. But if my verb end with vowel and Y, I don't change it, I just add ed. إذا كان الفعل ينتهي بصحيح ثم Y, نقلب ال Y إلى I. لكن إذا كان ينتهي بعلة اللي هو vowel and Y, لا نقلب ال Y, فقط نقوم بإضافة ال ed so that we can change the verb to the past. Now, let's see number 5. Number 5, we have verbs with one syllable and with consonant, vowel, consonant. One syllable أقصد مقطع صوتي واحد. بعض الأحيان الفعل الذي يتكون من مقطع صوتي واحد ينتهي ب consonant, vowel, consonant. يعني حرف صحيح, حرف علة, حرف صحيح. For example, stop. And we have plan. In this case, we double the last letter. نقوم بمضاعفة الحرف الأخير and then add ed. We double the last letter and then add ed. stop stopped, plan planned. هذا إذا كان الفعل ينتهي ب consonant vowel consonant. هسه نشوف stop T consonant O vowel P consonant، فضعفنا ال P وقمنا بإضافة ED. Now sometimes I have verbing ending with letter L. In this case we double the L. For example, cancel, cancelled. Now this case travel, traveled. هنا لدينا فعل انتهى بحرف L، نقوم بمضاعفة حرف ال L ثم نقوم بإضافة ED. This case is only for the British English. طبعا هذه الحالة فقط في اللغة الإنجليزية البريطانية، لكن في اللغة الأمريكية لا نقوم بمضاعفة حرف ال L، فتبقى cancel only بإضافة ED و travel only بإضافة ED. Now this is how we change the regular verbs to the past. هذه هي طريقة تحويل الأفعال القياسية إلى الماضي. Now in English language we have irregular verbs. Irregular verbs الأفعال الغير القياسية. There is no rules, just learn them. طبعا ماكو قاعدة معينة لتحويل الأفعال الغير قياسية إلى الماضي، فقط علينا أن نقوم بحفظ الأفعال الغير القياسية. And there is a lot of them. هناك الكثير من الأفعال الغير قياسية. Now we're going to take a few examples. هنأخذ بعض الأمثلة القليلة. For example here we have become, became, break, broke, bring, brought, buy, bought, do, did, draw, drew, drink, drunk, eat, ate, feel, felt, find, found. These are a few examples for the irregular verbs. هذه أمثلة بسيطة عن الأفعال الغير قياسية. You have to memorize them. يجب عليكم أن تحفظوها. Now, let's move on to the negative form. How we form a negative form from the past simple tense. Now here I have, I did not clean the room. He did not go to the cinema. They did not write the essay. Now these are negative form. Let's check them in a close look. I did not clean. He did not go. They did not write. Now here we have the first part is the subject. And then I have the did not form, which is the negative form. And then we have verb infinitive form. هنا انتبهوا الفعل هنا حيكون infinitive، فعل مجرد. وهنا ال did not هي اللي تحولناها إلى past. So this is how we form the negative form from the past simple. We add did not and then we change the verb to infinitive form. Okay? Now, didn't is the contracted form for did not. احنا نختصر did not نسويها didn't. For example, I didn't clean. Both of them are correct. If you write didn't or did not, both of them are very fine and correct. Now, let's move on to the question form. Let's check the sentences. Did I close the door? Did he go to the cinema? Did they write the essay? Now, these are questions form. Let's take a close look. Did I clean? Did he go? Did they write? Now, here we have did. We ask with did. We have the subject. And then we have the verb again with the infinitive form. So this is how we form the questions. Did, subject, and verb with infinitive form. Now let's move on to the uses of the past simple tense. استعمالات ال past simple tense. First, completed action in the past. What's the meaning of completed action in the past? Completed action in the past mean an action that start and finish at a specific time in the past. يعني حدث بدأ وانتهى في وقت محدد بالماضي. يعني هو الحدث بدايته ونهايته كانت في الماضي، فنستخدم له زمن ال past simple. For example, Mark watched the game last night. I played basketball 3 days ago. He wrote the article yesterday. Now I want you to check this word here. We have last night, ago, and yesterday. Last night, ago, and yesterday, these are time expression. We call them time expression. نستخدمها للتعبير عن صيغة الماضي. They are adverb for the past tense. Last night, ago, or yesterday. When we saw them, when we see them, we know that this sentence is past. لما نشوف هذه time expression هنعرف إن هذه الجملة هي في زمن past simple. طبعا we can say last week, last year, last month, 3 days ago, 3 months ago, 4 hours ago. It's all right. And of course, yesterday means البارحة. Now, this is the first use of the past simple. هذا أول استعمال لل past simple. Let's move on to the second use. Series of completed action. سلسلة من الأحداث اللي منتهية بالماضي. For example, I went to London, bought a camera, then took some pictures. هذه جملة واحدة بها سلسلة من الأحداث التي جميعها انتهت. I went to London, bought a camera, and then took some pictures. Here we have the verb went is the past verb for the verb go. Bought is the past verb for the verb buy. And then we have took is the past form for the verb take. This is the second use of the past simple tense. Now, let's do some exercises. I want you to pause the video. هتوقفون الفيديو ورا بعد ما أقرأ التمارين تحلون التمارين and then come back again to see the solutions وترجعون مرة ثانية حتى تشوفون الحلول. Now, let's read the exercise. Correct the verb. Last week it does rain every day. طبعا تلاحظون أنه ممكن كتابة time expression في بداية الجملة أو ممكن كتابتها في نهاية الجملة. It's both correct. بكلتا الحالتين هي صحيحة. Last week it rained every day. My children go to the park yesterday. Eat their breakfast 2 hours ago. انتبهوا هذه النقطة الثالثة هي a question. نقطة سؤال. Now, bring paper and pen. اجلب ورقة وأقلام. Pause the video before you solve it. Okay, we'll come back again. Let's check the solution. Last week it rained every day. عندنا last week إذا معناها هذه الجملة مالتي past. Rain, what is the past for the verb rain? Last week it rained every day. Very good. Number 2, my children go to the park yesterday. Let's check the solution. My children went to the park yesterday. Excellent, you are very clever. Now, the last sentence here is a little bit tricky. We have here a questions. You have to form it as a question form. How did you do it? Good job. Did they eat breakfast 2 hours ago? Did they eat breakfast 2 hours ago? So that's our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed. See you next lesson. Goodbye.